unique mobs. But there are even more mobs you've probably never even seen or heard of. So today we're looking at the unknown mobs that Mojang created and then removed from Minecraft. We're nearly at 1.2 million, so subscribe and let's find out which mobs you can't find in Minecraft anymore. Starting off with some of the weirdest secret mobs which are from Minecraft Earth. The game got shut down in June, leaving these mobs completely hidden and unobtainable. We've all seen the Iron Golem and Snow Golem before, but this is the Furnace Golem. When this absolute beast sees any hostile mob, its eyes burn and launch fire at the mob. It's based on the Blast Furnace, but you can't actually build this guy with one. Don't drop the Furnace Golem in water as they take damage, even though furnaces normally work underwater. It's also very dangerous to keep these guys around your builds as they tend to set things on fire. Snow Golems have a new type too, introducing the Melon Golem, which is really strange. Just like Snow Golems, you can shear off their head. This is what the melon would look like if Mojang let you carve them, which is honestly even more terrifying than the normal carved pumpkin. The Melon Golem rapidly fires melon seed projectiles at its enemies, instead of snowballs like their pumpkin brothers. The new golems are just the beginning, as another dangerous mob that Mojang added to Minecraft Earth was the Viola Witch. It was bigger than the normal witch with a lot more health and the ability to drink invisibility potions before attacking. Something a little less harmful is the group of 6 new rabbit types that Mojang added to Minecraft Earth but won't add to the main game. Most of them are just new skins, but the most interesting one is the Jumbo Rabbit. It's nearly 2 blocks tall, making it absolutely massive compared to the normal rabbits. Big Chungus would be proud. There are also 7 new pig variants, including the Muddy Pig, which you've probably seen before. But did you know that you could get buckets of mud to get them muddy again if they dry out? But what happens if mud and lava flow into each other? They make dirt instead of cobblestone. That's weird, but the next one makes even less sense. You couldn't even get this mob in any game, but it had a Lego figure made for it. This is the Dyed Cat, and its name is Peanut Butter. One of the developers said that it's actually purple goo on the back of that cat, so I guess that makes it peanut butter and jelly. I don't recommend eating it, but you can eat these 8 secret types of chicken from Minecraft Earth. This one's called the Cluck Shroom, and they leave a trail of red mushrooms when they walk in the dark, running around wildly if they're in the daylight. Another interesting one is the Fancy Chicken. This guy struts around with a giant tail feather that it can drop, called the Fancy Feather. Pigs chicken out when they see fancy chickens, which is a bit rude. An April Fool's update had diamond chickens that, instead of making eggs, pooped out diamonds every now and then. This same update had red silverfish called redstone bugs, which spawned around redstone clocks. It was also the first ever version with horses, which looked like this. The funny thing is, that's not even the most cursed thing in this video. 2 April Fool's updates had happy withers. You had to feed them sugar for them to grow more heads. They fired skulls that acted like bone meal on grass. These April Fool's ones were clearly joke mobs, but surprisingly this next one wasn't. Minecraft Earth's rainbow sheep was a real thing, and it's quite similar to the Jeb Easter egg in the main game. This sheep is even cooler as it actually drops rainbow wool when you shear it. You can craft this into rainbow carpet and even better, a rainbow bed. There are 7 more types of sheep that you've never seen too. You can't dye most of these new versions, but you can shear them. The most special is the horned sheep, which look amazing, but you probably don't want to keep one as a pet since they paw at the ground and then charge at you, doing a few hearts of damage. If you manage to defeat it, you'll get a horn item that does literally nothing. Speaking of pets, remember Dan TDM's skeleton wolf Grim? Well, Mojang actually turned it into a real thing in Minecraft Earth. You could hear its bones rattling when this undead dog walked around or shook its fur. They may look cute, but you can't tame them and they'll attack alongside normal skeletons, while howling to give other skeleton mobs a damage boost effect. Is that a skeleton spider? Yeah, that's right. Bone spiders were a thing too, and launched bone shard projectiles at you. They had double the health and could attack normally as well, making them much stronger. Their sounds were horrible compared to normal spiders, so it's no wonder that Mojang didn't want to keep these in the main game. Mojang also added 2 new zombie types, which are pretty deadly. This one's called the Bouldering Zombie and can climb up walls like a spider. The other is the Lobber Zombie, which, as the name suggests, throws rotten flesh projectiles at players. Both of these weird new zombies have differently shaped arms and new animations that the normal zombies don't have, which makes them very unique, but I'm still gonna kill them. Something nicer is the Minecraft version of a Christmas reindeer, the Jolly Llama, which Mojang added to Minecraft Earth to celebrate with. This type of llama eats ferns and then jumps around with joy, jingling its bells. Like the other mobs, there were more types of cow, 12 of them. The woolly cow was basically like a sheep that had a lot more health and only dropped brown wool when sheared. The Moo Bloom was in the 2020 mob vote but came from this game and could be sheared for buttercups. There was even a very secret pink version that you could not obtain at all, with new pink flowers on its back. You've probably not heard of the rare Moo Lip, a light pink version of the Moo Bloom with pink daisies attached to its body. Speaking of mob votes, you probably remember the ones from Minecon and Minecraft Live, but there was another secret mob vote that was exclusive to Chinese players to promote the release of Minecraft China. The panda won the vote with 500,000 votes, but there were 4 other mobs which were the Chinese alligator, golden monkey, white-lipped deer, and the white dolphin. We could have had another species of dolphin roaming the ocean or monkeys with fruit. The biome votes that Mojang did over the years have shown mobs that are going to be added in the future. They confirmed ostriches and termites in savannas, frogs in swamps, and vultures in the Badlands biome. Remember this mob from the first ever vote? It was actually called the Wildfire and was added into the code of Minecraft Dungeons, but you can't find it in-game. When glitched in, it has 4 large shields and a pillar underneath its head. The Wildfire uses the texture of a normal blaze with a helmet that has a red gem in the middle. The Wildfire isn't the only mob exclusive to Minecraft Dungeons that Mojang hasn't given us in the main game. Here are some more. The Iceologer was also in the 2020 mob vote and can summon giant ice chunks to throw at and stun you. Some of the files for this mob call it the Chillager, which is a much better name than this. Another Dungeons Illager is the Mountaineer. These have Mountaineer picks, which they use for attacks. Even scarier are the 2 armored versions that you can come across. The Mage Illager could cast spells, but was only added into Minecraft Dungeons Arcade, which is really odd. This dripped out villager here goes completely unused in the game and never shows up at all. It's called the Quest Giver and probably would have given out quests, but we'll never know for sure as it was cut from the game. The Jack-o'-lantern was going to be an actual mob in this game too. Its eyes would have lit up and then launched pumpkin balls or seeds at you, but never made it into the final game. Pink slimes are in the game and also stay still and attack from a distance using purple projectiles. They can't move or jump, but they are still deadly. They aren't the only slimes though. Tropical slimes hold tropical fish inside and are passive at first but can turn hostile when provoked. They can also swim in water and even climb up ladders. When killed, they split into smaller slimes like the normal ones do. The next mob is another cube-shaped one called the Redstone Cube, which leaves a small trail of redstone dust as it relentlessly chases the player. Unlike most of these mobs, I really wouldn't like them to add this one. This next one is also something that Mojang shouldn't add. The Wraith is a pretty scary ghost skeleton thing that floats around and attacks by placing blue flames around you. Like Endermen, they follow you and can teleport away when they're in danger, making them even more scary. A slightly less scary ghost is this Wisp mob. No, not the YouTuber, this mob. They make noises like ghasts, but there are also baby ghasts in the game that make high-pitched ghast sounds. You can even keep them as a pet to fight with you. Quite cute if you ask me. Ah! There are even real birds too that you can hear but not see, even though they're fully modeled. Minecraft Dungeons also has the Squall Golem, which looks like this. They sit on the ground but charge towards you if the wind blows on them, causing a shockwave with their quick attacks. There are also more types of piglin in this game, like the Fungus Thrower, which picks up blue nether shrooms and throws them at you. So those Minecraft Dungeons mobs were crazy, but now let's look at the secret mobs from the Education Edition. Yeah, the Education Edition does have some exclusive mobs that Mojang never added to normal Minecraft. The Iron Golem and Furnace Golem are alright, but what if they had a baby? This is the Agent. It has no AI because this is from the Education Edition, where you're supposed to program it yourself. The Agent even has its own spawn egg with a red dot in the middle. It has its own inventory and can push pressure plates when instructed to move towards them. Since this is a secret mob, you could call it a secret agent. I deserve that. Ever wanted more types of villagers? No? Great. Education Edition also has 25 different new NPC villagers. There's a robot one in a hazmat suit, 5 bee ones, some doctors, and so many more. They have this cool rainbow spawn egg as well. They're invincible and just kind of stand there and tell you a message when you click them. Now that you've learned about the Education Edition mobs, there are also some more that were mentioned by Mojang but never added. When Notch announced that dragons were coming to Minecraft, he was talking about the Ender Dragon, but also mentioned the slightly less dangerous Red Dragons, which wouldn't destroy terrain when landing, allowing you to keep it as a pet. Jeb has said he thinks it will be added eventually, but who knows. Notch also mentioned adding hamsters in 2010, but he was only joking. Another developer more recently mentioned adding seals and orcas, but nothing has come of this just yet. Sea monsters were mentioned in 2010 as well, and even in the first ever mob votes. This would have pulled you down into the depths with its tentacle-like tongue. Even more recently, in April 2020, Dinnerbone said that a naked pigman bodyguard was going to be added, but that the feature got scrapped. Shulkers were originally going to camouflage with their surroundings, but this feature was cut as it was too hard for even Mojang to code. So there are loads of Minecraft mobs you've never seen. Thanks to Sipover for inspiration, and subscribe!